Oh, it's so good in my garden. Oh, hello you. Welcome in this new video. So today we're going to try to see if comfort is the enemy of all artistic production. So even if you're not an artist, keep watching this video because I think it's related to all artistic or all ambitious activity. And it's the last video of the season, so it's going to be a little longer than the others. But I mean, come on, it's almost holiday. Just relax, chill and appreciate this video. So, is comfort the enemy of artistic production? I think it's a really interesting question, and we often tend to ask ourselves this question. The artists, we have this weird thing. I'm sure that you went through that. This thing that you think that if you're happy, if you have a comfort, you won't be able to create anymore. If you fall in love, if you find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you won't be able to create anymore. I mean, it's a really weird thing that artists, we believe in, that we have this need to suffer. I mean, personally, I had that when I was falling in love with Melanie. I was really falling in love with her. I realized that I would be happy with her. And then I was afraid. I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't go out with her because I won't be able to create. I won't have this, this emergency of creation. Artists, we tend to mix up two things that are deeply intertwined in our brain, because these both things are both related to the artistic creation, and we tend to mix them up. So there's thing number one, which is this first impulsion, this first moment, this first frustration, this first struggle, this first pain that you lived, that gave you the desire, the emergency of creating something. And then there's number two. Oh, sorry. There's number two, which is what do you do with this frustration? How do you use it? So number one is really related to your personal thing, and number two is related to the audience. So I thought it through for you guys, and I thought I should start by my personal experience. And personally, number one is, okay, it's getting a little serious. Let's go to the studio to talk about that, to have a little intimacy. Personally, number one, when I started to want to become an artist, well, it's a bit cliche, it's a bit horrible, but basically when I was in high school, I looked like that, yeah. I was this guy with this fat guy with dreadlocks, and imagine the success that I had with girls. In fact, it was horrible. None. I was like I was falling in love with some girls, and then I would tell them, yeah, I'm in love with you, and they would tell me, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm in love with this guy. It was my best friend, but I was suffering really about it, And then when you're a teenager, you're building up your identity, and my identity was based on suffering, and I had to find a way to balance that, and I had to find a way of balancing the fact that if no girl would love me, I needed everybody to love me, and then so I discovered art. That art is the exact thing. Because you produce something and people come and see it. It's a way of getting recognition. So I decided that I was going to be an artist because I was just in pain. I was this kind of fat guy, funny guy, because I was making jokes also that was about recognition. And I just wanted, things to come to me to fill this void. And you can think about it. What make you? What was this first pain that you lived? What was this thing? Can be related to your family, maybe related to an event that happened in your life, maybe related to a friend who did something, I don't know. Just try to identify that, because it's really important to see where does it come from, to then know how to use it. Think about it. And that was my first impulsion, the first thing that pushed me to want to do art. But then I developed an artistic practice where I basically decided to make fun of myself all the time, and then by extension to make fun of everything. Like that, nothing can be taken as granted. I tried to subvert a system by making fun of it, to subvert social positions by making fun of them, always by starting with myself and making fun of myself. And that's a really it's something I'm really stick to, because for me it's about changing things. I believe that if everybody took themselves a little less seriously, things would go better in this world, So this first frustration that I had, I was able to use it and to produce an artistic practice that is orientated towards the audience. So this is number two, my desire of willing people not to take themselves seriously, where nothing is taken as granted, you know. And anyway, as I told you in the vlog I posted 2 weeks ago, I was doing my conference for my diploma. So it was a kind of weird conference where you didn't really know if I was a YouTuber, an artist and stuff like that. And anyway, after the conference, this guy came to me and he said, "Man, what you do, you think this is art, you think this is art, you're like playing this funny guy and all that, but it is just shit. You should try to produce a real piece of art like I do, man, you know. I'm a real artist, sorry to say." First I was like, yeah, but man, it's like the hottest week of the year, and why do you wear a turtleneck sweater? Anyway, but then I was like, oh wow, incredible. This guy is pissed off at my conference. This guy is pissed off at my conference because he believed that art is just something we have to produce and we don't have to question, you know. He really believes that I'm a bad artist because I try out new things, because I'm not just doing a painting, you know. And it's incredible because there's a lot of these people out there, you know, these people who really believe that there's only one way to do things, that just take a system and reproduce it, go in galleries, do exhibitions, then sell and all that, and it's great, it's their problem. But then if somebody comes and, you know, question a bit and make fun of artists and stuff like that, they're like, oh no, this is bad art. And that's incredible. And if I'm able to piss him off, I mean, if my conference pisses him off, then it's crazy. It's an amazing feeling. Like, look, I'm getting excited just by talking about it, because it's amazing. Because it means that I was able to produce something on him. Yeah, and that was amazing because it enabled me to identify that now my motivation to do art is no longer related to my need of recognition, to number one I told you about. But now it's related to number two, and number two is about to create something that will make people think, that will destabilize them in the way they believe things should be. And that's amazing, because now I realize that I feel really released. And that's just my personal experience, something I experienced last week. But I think that it's this thing about why at the beginning, the first impulsion that makes you create art, and the other thing is, which is why do you do art today? I think it's two different things. And you have to be able to differentiate these two things to be able to continue to have your life and to accept to have a certain comfort. And now look, I mean, I accept to have a certain comfort. I accept to be in love. I accept to live in this wonderful house with wonderful flatmates. And that's amazing. Because I think I've never been so released, accepting that I'm allowed to be happy. And I know it's super cliche, but I think it's really something that we have to accept. Okay, so that was the last video of the season, as I told you at the beginning of this video. Thanks for watching until the end. So during the summer, I'll be posting a video each week. An extract of the conference I did for my diploma. So there will be various themes about populism, about the media ecology, about the affective layer in art and stuff like that. And basically it's all the results of research I've been doing for my studies related to this project, this YouTube project. And talking of that, well, thanks a lot for watching these videos. Really, when I started this whole thing, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I still don't know. But thank you sincerely, really, for watching these videos. I'm really grateful that you watch these. Now I'm feeling a bit weird, emotional and stuff, but it was really an incredible experience. And it's going to continue in September. I will come with new concepts and all that. I'm going to think it through during the summer. So thank you for everything. Yeah, thank you for everything. And now we're going to go through the usual. I hope you appreciated this video. If it's the case, please give me a like, leave a comment in the section below, and please subscribe to this channel. Great truth, and I'll see you in September. Bye bye.